This is the Anima Relic. Why is Billy randomly here? Who is it? Who's calling me? I don't know. I don't know. What should I do? You were waiting for me? Billy? Did you see that? It looked like my gear? Maybe something has happened to your gear. Let's head for the exit and see if any change has taken place. Guys, it's the Omni gear. How do we not know this? Oh, great. Why would, like, I don't understand. Is there even a explanation as to how the Omni gears happen to coincide with the gears that our characters have? Or is it like a Final Fantasy IX trance thing, where it just so happens that the characters we use for the journey all have trance? You girls again? Elements. I see you've gained a new gear that has been aligned with an Anima Relic. You know that we should have been the ones to have it. We need stronger powers in order for Commander Ramses to realize his long-cherished desires. I'm getting tired of Ramses. Like, he hasn't even done anything in forever. He's just lost it. Shouldn't we have had, like, our final battle with Ramses by now? Yes, for the building of our ideal country, we can't allow you to take it. So, come on, let us have it. You knew what Solaris was doing to the surface dwellers, and you know what the situation is like now on the Earth, and yet you... What the Gazelle do, or whatever happens to the lambs, are not my concerns. Each of us have our own obligations to fulfill. We don't have time to deal with affairs concerning you weak and inferior people. Dominia, do you truly believe that? Yes, look at yourselves, for instance. You, the strong and the superior, were the first to preserve yourselves without any mutations. Is that not right? Power and ability have nothing to do with it. It was pure coincidence that we didn't mutate. People are people, nothing more or less. I admit that there are the weak and powerless, but that's no reason for us to forsake them. We are all the same human beings. So, you wish to give a hand to those who would be saved? You're so nice and kind. How commendable, but is it really what's best for mankind? You were all once surface dwellers. Weren't you all forced to live under the oppression of Solaris? I know that you know how it feels to be a have-not, so why do you? People must be able to stand on their own in any circumstances they are in. Overprotection only stunts the will to be independent. This stunts the growth of the people in the world. We've experienced that firsthand. Live by one's own strength, stand on one's own feet. It's sad but true that the weak will be weeded out. We cannot look back. That is the providence of human existence. That is just the providence of those who are the haves. Huh. So be it then. Show us this providence of yours that wishes to save the meager have-nots. Here I come. Here she comes. Is Twitch having a... Can you guys see the stream okay? Or should I pause? Is it just the chat being weird? Or, like, is the stream weird also? Okay. Yeah, I think it's just the chat's being weird. Yeah. He's got a sword. Is this the first time we're fighting Dominia, like, person to person? I feel like it is. I remember her being kind of a problem. I think I'll take her out first. What? Did she just drain, like... Oh, God. Okay, we gotta get rid of we gotta get rid of her. Kalvana. This will probably heal the bottom one. Okay, it'll heal all of them. Cool. What was that? 5,000 heal. I thought the whole gimmick with Kalvana was that her eyes are closed. Why are her eyes open in their battle model? That was a great animation. Easier to animate. How is it easier to animate open eyes versus closed eyes? I guess just copy everyone else's eyes, but... Ow. Took out the healer. You keep doing this big, like, oh my god, I have a sword thing, and then you do no damage. A little confused. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. It was probably gonna heal. This was a bad decision. Yep. R.I.P. That's not nice. Did we defeat Kalvana, or is she just taking a break? That's not good. I've been waiting this whole time for Ellie to get her turn, and I was going to throw a healing item with her. Then right before she gets her turn, she dies. They're kind of doing nothing in this fight. Other than draining all my EP. What? That's her defeated animation? A permanent squat? No. Again, just about to be your turn. Yeah, that's... What is that pose? Yeah, all I have is the wind one, but I would imagine if you had all the other elements you could, like, and you actually knew the right elements to use here, you could, like, blast all of them. Minya looks like Magus's long-lost sister. A little bit. Alright, Dominia, it's your turn. No, it should work on you. Okay. Sudden damage. Suddenly got mad. Is she like in Super Saiyan mode or something? Suddenly started doing wild stuff. That was like really weird. Hey, I got the earth move. Holy drives. Ah. We may have fared poorly when we fought in the flesh, but we will finish you off in our gears. Come, follow me. Yes, follow me to your death. Follow me so we can continue fighting you. And we're just like, okay. We're down. What took you? What meaning is there in fighting again? Silence. Now we have no choice but to fight. Now we will show you the true power of the elements. Get ready, because here we come. Let us merge and combine our forces. Elements in unison. Elements formation. See, this is what I was waiting for. I was going to say in the previous fight, like, this seems kind of lame because they're just fighting us separately. I thought they would, like, combine. But now they're combining. This is legit Power Rangers level. Like, even, like, the background. This is actually a Power Rangers scene. This is cool though, because again, like, we've actually built up to this. We've earned this moment. We've fought these guys like multiple times now. I'm not 100% sure what they're even fighting for anymore, but you know, here we are. Especially like the face on the chest, like it's so Transformers. Is that a duck? It looks like a duck. Back of the head there. Okay, well, it's been a minute since we've seen our bots here. My VP. They screwed all my EP. I accidentally used it on... Okay, I meant to use it on... Satan. Look at Satan's new bot. Looking sweet. censor this text real quick. Phone. Well, I have a feeling that my magic isn't gonna do much, but given that they're like the elemental robot. Oh wow, okay. Magic works. Did I id? Damage. Yeah, Ellie's still doing big damage. I'll have a go. Yo, Magi, thank you very much for the raid. How you doing, dude? Hope you had a good stream. Welcome on in, Wolfpack. I think I said I was going to start saying Meji instead of Magi, and then I forgot. You do... I have no idea what they're doing. Yeah, we're on the Disc 2 of Xenogears. We've been doing a Let's Play of this for a couple months now. And after this, we're going to be playing some New Threat 2.0 later. Which is probably a bit more up your guys' alley. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Yeah, I noticed that. I saw you playing, what were you playing the other day? It wasn't Tactics, it was something else. Can't remember what it was. Maybe it was Shining Force, yeah. What element would I want to use here? Fire? Isn't it Kelvana? Yeah. Now it's Seraphita. Have they attacked yet? Here we go. That's what to say. I don't think I've seen them attack. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Hope you're enjoying Tactics. Tactics was quite the wild ride. We did our Let's Play of it. Elvina again, which means I should use fire again. Question is, do I just use it again? I mean, I feel like I might as well. Ooh, I could use this, because we just changed to Elvina. Might as well have just used id, though. Id seems kind of too powerful not to use. Yeah, tactics really surprised me a lot. I mean, I'd always heard it was very good, so it's not like I expected it to be bad or anything, but no, it shocked me. It was like... truly an awesome experience. I think nowadays it lives up to the hype. I think what was cool about when it came out is it probably didn't have that much hype. It wasn't the next main series game, it was just like a spin-off. And people played it and they were like, oh, dang. They were cooking with this. I'll finish them. So wait, is any element good now? Damage boosting spells don't feel like they do anything anymore. Such a minuscule boost. All the numbers are so inflated now. Speaking of inflated numbers, ouch. How's it going, Zoo? It's kind of just become watch Faye kill things the game now. Although Ellie is kind of keeping up with being able to do 2k a turn with her spells, but I like how it died, and then the sword dropped down, like, oh man, all that's left is the sword, and then the sword immediately disappeared because the fight ended and the model disappeared. We got the sword. Maybe that's why, because we picked it up. Thank you, Skyward. Also, thank you, Rod, for the gifted sub to Meji. Appreciate it, man. Some things only the weak can feel, but weakness does not make them servile. Servile? It's because they are weak that they can develop kindness and never look down on people. That is where real human interaction comes from. Everyone has weaknesses. Even you did it first. Your weaknesses drew you to each other, or your weakness drew you to each other, and made you grow strong. Never forget those feelings when you all lived together side by side. Alright, peace. Wait, are you trying to show us mercy, or are you just trying to show off? You've got us all wrong, Dominia. Our paths may be different, but our goals are the same. That's why I can't fight you anymore. There's no reason for me to, that's all. Our goals are the same? Are you sure about that? Well, it looks like they sure showed us a thing or two. Huh. Seems like an odd end to those characters, but maybe they come back. I have a feeling they're gonna, like, come back and help us later. Having fled from the elements who tried to take the relic to be used as a power to fulfill Ramses's desires, we once again initiated our search for information on the whereabouts of the last known relic. Yeah, how are... Like, how are our goals the same? I don't understand. Their whole goal is just to help Ramses's plot for revenge. But that has nothing to do with what we're doing. I don't get that line at all. He is no longer one of us. Yes, he dares to go against our objectives, just like the other one. We can still activate the key. We must do something about the one who stands in our way. We must eliminate Cain. But we can not stand up to his power. Only Cain can destroy Cain. So, Mother, will you do it for us? Maybe. Did Krellian say anything? Something concerning the potential ability as a countervailing existence. With everything focusing towards a single point. I see. But Carr is still shaken up by yesterday's defeat against Faye. We are almost ready. Yesterday? Yes, yesterday? What? What? It's been months. What do you mean yesterday? We're almost ready. I need just a little bit more time. Then we'll wait. We'll wait till the time is right. Maybe? Like, maybe they meant the elements? I don't know. That was odd. Krellian, a countervailing existence. That Miang, what's she up to? I had better warn the commander. Out of the way. Let me through. That jerk, I'll hunt him out myself. Please calm down, Commander. We'll take care of him and his friends. What could you fools do, imbeciles? Only I can beat him. Only I, who transcends all other humans, can possibly take him down. Move! Commander, wait! While Faye and the others searched for the resting place of the last known anima relic, I temporarily returned to Nisan. I don't know why I went back, just I had this stirring within my heart that some danger was awaiting the people there. I can't read anymore. It's been too long. I need lunch. All the people accepted into Nisan were on the road to recovery. There were still those who were not able to completely recover, but Tora's nanomachines continued to evolve from day to day. Thanks to the nanomachines, the treatments were becoming more and more successful, and the day when everyone would regain their original bodily form was approaching. A trembling. There was a sudden explosion in the city of Nisan. Within the burning fire stood a gold Omni gear. It was Ramses. He assaulted Nisan so that he could defeat Faye. His purpose of existing was at stake. The Nisan and Shavat militia, even rank and friends from Solaris, who now served to protect Nisan, could not thwart the assault. The people were evacuated into the cathedral. Continuing to search for Faye, Ramses put the militia to rout and pressed on toward the cathedral. He was ruined. He had his mind set solely on getting at Faye. I stood before him. Where? Where is he? I know it. He's here. Why does he not come out? Man, look at that picture in the background. It's like explosions in the back, and he's like holding the head of a mech. This would have been so cool if we could see it. Ramses, the Fae you seek is not here. So please, stop this meaningless violence. You. Yes, you will do. Come out, Faye. If you will not come out, I will crush Elohim. Ugh. Ellie. Boss. Keep back. Not coming out, eh? Have it your way. Then from tonight on, you will be crying with this woman's dead body in your arms. Blah! What happened? Why can't I move? Ellie! Are you okay? How could I, to the likes of you? Not only to him, but I am also inferior to you? Me? What happened to you, Ramses? Why are you caught up with Faye so much? Why are you so bothered by who is more superior? I was originally created to be the integration of all human abilities, to be able to align with all of the anima relics. I was created to have the powers equivalent to those of Emperor Cain. You could say I was to be the ideal form which all people strive to become. He was literally Shadow the Hedgehog. However, once he was born, I was rejected. I was given life in a pile of trash. Born in the dark, cold abyss of worthlessness. Kinda acts like Shadow the Hedgehog, too. But I was able to crawl out of there. I was able to survive on my own strength. In order to get back at all those who had forsaken me. Despite all that, I was able to get this far. I was able to provide myself with the warmth that I required to continue living. But he had to come and intervene in my life one more time. He tried to take that very warmth away from me again. As long as he exists, I don't belong anywhere. I think I now know why you are so fixated on Faye. You do not really know what you should be doing with your life right now. You're simply trying to protect yourself by attacking Faye. By attacking others, you are confirming your own existence. That's why you strive to be above everyone else. Because otherwise, you'd be enveloped by a void, because you yourself will disappear. Because that emptiness within your heart will only grow. Because you want to hang on to love. Silence! Even you are trying to take it away from me? That warmth? That very warmth I finally obtained? Ramses, no one is attacking you. No one is trying to take away what is so precious to you. No one is threatening your existence. It's all in your mind, so don't hide the feelings that are in your heart. Don't fear love. Ah! Ramses was in fear. He feared losing the place he belonged to. He feared that Faye was the only one who could take it away from him. He believed love was something you take. He craved love more than anyone else. Worthless. Trash. Reject. Why even bother existing? Defect. Be gone. We have no use for you. Ah! Trash is of more worth to us than you. Car, don't worry. I'll always be by your side. No one knows you better than I do, so don't... Miang, is this all I can do? Is this the extent of my strength and abilities? I couldn't beat him, and in front of that woman, I couldn't even do a thing. Is this the limit of my existence? My abilities? You're the same as Cain. An archetype that surpasses all humans. I made you in the same way. But he is the one who is preventing you from fully releasing your powers. Divided powers, that man was your original form, the primordial superior being. If you could defeat him, then you would be... Yes. Even with your superior constitution, the existence of the original being hinders you. If you could eliminate the divided power, then it would be all yours. Don't you agree, Car? And they are just continually... they just keep them going. It's like, then we just move on to the next thing. It's like we've built the whole game. Like, Ramses is one of the biggest characters of the whole game. And we just like have this, and then we just move on. Like, what? Having completed the alignment of the first anima relic with Billy, there was a remarkable change in the appearance and structure of Billy's gear. There were units that merged with the inorganic. Of course, we had no idea what purpose these ancient anima relics were created for, but the fact that they played some kind of role as weapons was blatantly obvious, but we've known this since like the beginning of the game. Eventually, their true power will be realized, so we cannot allow this power to fall into the hands of evil. In order to obtain the final relic, we headed for a ruin that is believed to be almost 10,000 years old, the remains of the first civilization on our planet. And a reunion with an old friend awaited us. This is like I think what really like blows my mind about all this as well is they didn't even have time to like implement the world map. You know? Like imagine if this was like the huge materia quest where like you were just on the world map and then you just went to each individual place and it just did the next thing, right? The fact that it just plops us in, like they couldn't even implement it into the world map in some way to where like at least we could just go around the world map and see old places and grind or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like even if they didn't have time to make locations on the world map and it was simply just like a big ball of energy and you could just be on the world map, and then whenever you were ready to do the next thing, you just flew into the ball of energy, and that just took you to the next place. Like, even if they just did that, it would feel so much better than literally being on actual rails and just being placed in the next area for the next cutscene, you know? Like, that would have gone a long way to at least give it some kind of... You know, but, I mean, this just feels bad. Like, this just feels so bad. I mean, like, saying they ran out of time or ran out of resources or whatever is a massive understatement. This is like, hey boys, we need to get this out now. like, it's almost like they just took the computer away from them. Broker tribe. Frogs are attacking. But again, you know, to play devil's advocate, they didn't have to do all this, you know? But to me, I would rather have this than nothing, you know? Because of how ambitious this story is, I think the love for the story and the ambition still shines through to where, like, I'm just glad they were able to tell it in some capacity. But I don't think I would feel the same about every game. There are some games that, you know, the story hasn't earned enough kudos for me to be like, oh yeah, you totally had to finish the story no matter what. I would have been like, you could have cut half the story and made it a much better video game. You know? But for this, it's like, I get it, man. I really do. I understand why they said, no, we gotta finish this no matter what. Even if it has to be a straight-up slideshow for the rest of the game, like, we have to tell the rest of this story. So... It's just an unfortunate reality. I do think that there's a world that they could have sped up the beginning of the game a bit more. But again, it was probably already, you know, they had probably already created that by the time they got here. And then it was too late. they couldn't look into the future and know exactly how much time they were going to have. So, but yeah. Anyways, that's our first look into disc 2. It's mostly sad, I would have to say. Like I can understand already what everyone has been saying since the beginning of the playthrough, and we're only a few hours in, but hopefully it gets better. Hopefully, the finale is still something we can look back on and say, yeah, it was worth the journey. It already feels worth the journey, but um yeah, I'm we'll see what happens. I don't want to give any overarching opinions yet, but I will say that this section was pretty rough. Really just plopping us into areas to get that one piece of the story that we need and then moving on. Um the combat just feels like I'm going id mode and winning. There's like no real thought process put anymore. There's no reason to grind or like worry about like all the mechanics that were interesting at the start of the game, like the fuel mechanic, money actually being difficult to get your hands on. Like all these cool mechanics that I was praising on disc 1 feels like it's all gone now. Now it's just go into the fight and do use the strongest attack and win. Like no longer am I really worried about most of what was making the game interesting on a combat level. um I I genuinely hope that the game gets harder at some point. And I think it will. I feel like we're in just kind of this section where, like, my hope is that we're just in a section where we need to get out all of the plot points so that the finale still makes sense, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, we had part 1, part 2, part 3, and we're trying to get to part 6, which is the finale, but they still needed to say what happens in part 4 and 5 or else the finale wouldn't make sense. So we're just kind of flying through 4 and 5 so that we get all the context we need. You know what I mean? Like, they ran out of time, but they couldn't cut those parts because then the finale wouldn't make sense. So it's more of just like get us through and we're basically in the back in school when you were reading Tale of Two Cities and you read like the first chapter and then you were like, the test is going to be on the final chapter, but I don't know if I just skip to the final chapter, I'm not going to know what's going on. So then you read the cliff notes for all the chapters but the final chapter, and you just read the final chapter. That's what we're in, the cliff notes. We're in the cliff notes part. It's like, all right, we just give us the main points, and then now you know what's going on in the final chapter. But it is a shame, and I feel like certain things like Ramses and especially that Bart part was so sad to see skipped, because what an awesome moment that could have been with the Yggdrasil finally hitting its true form. It started off as a submarine in the sand and then became it was a sand sub at the start. Then it became a water vessel. Then it became a submarine, and then it became an airship. And now finally it's a giant mech. Like, it went through all these transformations and we missed the final one. Like, it sucks. We didn't like miss it, but we didn't get the whole thing. We just did a super easy, quick fight and then saw a slideshow. And Bart only had like one line in that whole part. He was just like, all right, transformation complete. We didn't get to see like a moment where he was like, this is the true power of the Yggdrasil, and then maybe the other guys, have like a moment together. We've all been traveling together all this time and none of us knew the true power. Like, there could have been a cool moment with like the whole crew, But instead it was just him saying, transformation complete, and then a boss fight, and that was it. Thinking about it now, I almost wonder if it would have been better if we just didn't have any gameplay anymore. And we just had cutscenes from here to the end of the game. Like, do we even need the boss fights? Just leave it. If I can get a scene with Bart and his crew reminiscing over the power of the Yggdrasil, I think I'd rather have that than that stupid boss fight that took 2 seconds, you know? Sure, I would complain in the moment of like, wow, we've been watching cutscenes for 6 hours straight. But looking back on it, I probably would have been like, yeah, I'd rather have this than the crap boss fight that serves no purpose. Basically, the boss fights at this point are just so that we can press buttons every once in a while. That's kind of how it feels, you know? It's like we have to tell the story, but we don't want them to get too bored, so let's have them push buttons every once in a while. That dungeon had 2 types of enemies, one of which I only fought once, and then a super simple walk into a room and grab a key puzzle, and a Sudoku puzzle. And then that was the whole dungeon. So at that point, it feels like they're just trying to get us to push buttons every once in a while. And I mean, fair, but in retrospect, maybe it would have been better for them to just make it a visual novel for part 2. Just have a disclaimer, you know, hey, just so you know, this 2 of this game is a visual novel. Because then at least they could have told the story a bit closer to what they wanted to tell. I don't know. It's sad, though. It's sad to see, but hopefully it gets better. Either way, I still did enjoy this part. The Bart part was cool. Ellie's little speech was cool. I don't know about the whole thing where they healed the humans, but then they didn't exactly heal the humans, but then they all just jumped in Taurus's pods and now they're being healed. Like, it's all really odd. I don't understand. And then a lot of the plot points didn't really make much sense. Like, what has Ramses been doing this whole time? And why is Cain keeping the alien dudes alive if all they're trying to do is kill him? And like, there's a lot of plot points that are just not making much sense. I think that some of them will make sense later, but other ones, it's like, I don't know, maybe they just were kind of cooked and didn't really know what to do with some of these characters. Like, but maybe it all makes sense. I don't know. Again, I can only talk about what I'm seeing at the moment. So if you're sitting there and you're like, you're wrong, I'm not wrong. I just haven't seen what comes up yet. But, or maybe I'm wrong. You could call me wrong if you want. But a lot of times it's just because I'm speaking on what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing right now isn't making a lot of sense. You know, but part of that's on purpose. But, and then like, yeah, I don't, it's weird. A lot of it's weird. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole nanomachine thing. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Because I have some thoughts on like why couldn't we just save humanity and then slowly rebuild instead of it being like an instant, now we're fixing everyone with nanomachines? Like, I don't see why that needs to happen, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, that'll be it for Xenogears today. We're going to move on to New Threat, but before we do that, we got to say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, thank you so much for watching Xenogears. I see, I understand, I feel all those comments about Disc 2 now. So I'm finally in the know. But I'm curious to see where we go from here. Is it going to be slideshows for the rest of the game? Are we going to get some more epic moments? Is the finale going to be worth it? We will see in the next episodes of Let's Play Xenogears. We will see you there. Peace.